Harley Davidson motorcycles sell themselves. Let's get into this one. RevelatorAlf. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So this video is all about, Harley Davidson dealerships and salesmen out there. And they basically say to you, yeah, Harley Davidson motorcycles, they sell themselves. Whatever we charge, that's it. They're going to be sold and people will pay that money. So if you watch some of my videos and you get in the comments section below, or I get messages and emails from people as well, they kind of bemoan about this. They kind of resent the notion that Harley Davidson motorcycles are the be-all and end-all, that people will do anything to own a Harley Davidson. In fact, dealerships don't have to do anything. They don't have to treat you well. They don't have to be interested in your needs and your desires and what you want. All they know is that you're going to walk through the door, and guess what? They're going to make a sale with you. They say we don't have to sell these. These are in demand and people will buy them. Now, it depends where you are in the world, of course, and the attitude of from dealership to dealership and the individuals who are working at those dealerships as well. You get some really good ones and some really engaging people, of course. On the flip side, you get some really bad ones as well. And it really depends. Now, this is not necessarily a Harley Davidson company issue, but it could be at the dealership level as well. But who sets the prices? Well, it's the company. They know what they're charging for their products. They know that we have a certain market share out there, and they're going to keep on buying these motorcycles. Now, I've already made videos in the past about the really high prices of these machines, not only from Harley, but from other manufacturers as well. And also, there's got to be a point where people are just going to say, nah, we're not buying these anymore. It's just way too expensive for a motorcycle, let's say. But if the attitude from those within Harley Davidson, within the structure, whether it's a dealership or the companies as well, they're saying we don't have to sell these because they're an aspirational brand, they're a premium product, and all this kind of mumbo jumbo, then they believe that people are still willing to do that. And it's all well and good when times are great, when times are good and people want to buy these and people have lots of cash to burn, and finance deals are really cheap, and all these kinds of things are favorable for people to buy products or buy motorcycles, but also for dealerships to sell them. My question is, what will their attitude be like when times get tough, where interest rates go up, where the price of borrowing is too much on these finance deals? People just don't have the spare cash to go and buy these things outright. So all of a sudden, your customer base has gone from, let's say, 100,000 down to 10,000 or something like that. All of a sudden, your customer base is completely wiped out by external factors that you cannot control. So what does that mean to the attitude of those within dealerships or even with the company? And say, well, this is our product, and if people are going to buy it, they'll buy it. We don't worry about people not buying our products. You don't, because people have been able to afford it, right? And people have wanted to buy this, and they've bought into this kind of buying a Harley Davidson, let's say, or any other motorcycle manufacturer that is selling high-end bikes. But how often are they going to be selling them? And will there come a point where salespeople or dealerships themselves or the company will say, actually, we do have to try and sell these now. People are not coming in and giving us their cash or handing over their cash. We have to work at this, and we have to make our motorcycles more appealing, but the customer experience or the buying experience has to be a lot better as well. This is not just for Harley Davidson, mind you. This is for all dealerships, all manufacturers. They have to make their products better. They have to make them more appealing, but they have to be aware that people just aren't going to have the money for these big ticket items anymore, or they'll be thinking twice about it, or they're going to want a much better buying experience. They're going to want to be treated better by your dealership. So if you're going to go into somewhere, or you're going to be ignored, or you're going to be made to feel that, you know what, you're not worthy enough to ride this bike, or you're treated badly in any way, at whatever level of bad you consider that to be, you're going to be wanting something more from that dealership or more from that sales guy. And if they've always had this notion that, you know, we don't have to sell our bikes because they sell themselves, you know, guess what? They don't sell themselves. And I'm sure any salesperson who's honest about it, and they never will be honest to you or I, of course, but they're honest about it, they'll say, well, actually, no, you know, we do have to work hard and we'll do whatever we can to sell these bikes or whatever. But, you know, there comes a point where we just can't sell them because they're too expensive. And if they're too expensive, will the prices come down, or will they just stop producing that expensive motorcycle in favour of just producing cheaper models, let's say? I mean, if you look at other manufacturers, let's say, they not only sell the big items, but they sell the inexpensive models as well. And the reason why they can sell the big ticket items is because the bulk of their profits come from much more affordable motorcycles that the general people, general masses will buy. That's how the likes of Honda, for example, can stay in business and still produce top-end bikes that not many people are buying, of course, but they're a massive company. Whereas you take something like Harley Davidson, that up until now, people have, yes, gone that extra yard to buy the big ticket item bikes, but they're not really producing the much more affordable, cheaper motorcycles that will actually fund the company. And this has always been my argument about Harley Davidson, as a side note, that they don't have these smaller models to feed the profits of the company. All they're relying on are these premium products and this prestige motorcycle and this this attitude that we don't have to sell our bikes, we don't have to try because they sell themselves. Unfortunately, that attitude and that kind of approach to your business might come and bite you in the arse, because the way things are going, the way things are changing all around the world in terms of supply chains, incomes, interest rates, inflation, all these kind of negative factors means that even if people do have the money, they're going to be loath to spend it. But if they are going to spend it, they're going to want a much better buying experience. But listen, this is only my interpretation. This is kind of where I see things going. But let us know in the comments below what you think and your experiences as well. And have you noticed a change for the better in recent weeks from dealerships, from Harley Davidson? You know, I certainly hope so. I certainly hope that's always going to be the case. I hope that if you go anywhere, whether it's to buy a bag of chips or to buy a motorcycle, you're always treated well and people are thankful for your custom and you're made to feel special. I'm not saying they have to roll out the red carpet, but they value your custom. And you kind of wonder whether certain dealerships value that custom or whether they are learning to value it. Let us know in the comments below. But don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share. Check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. Right, ta-da.